So I just got inspired to come on here and post because somebody messaged me and told me that they got value out of listening to one of my posts. And so I thought it was so important to come on here. I've been like avoiding making videos and doing things because my voice is all weird, just coming out of this voice dynamic. But I'm like, but what a tragedy it would be to not post and to miss on adding value to someone's life. So I want you guys to know my perspective on all of this is that we are all teachers. We are all students, right? Like everybody's experience is of value, and you just never know what your story or your words of inspiration, how it'll land with someone, that it might just be the thing they needed to hear. And so I just want to come on here and call out all you coaches. You know, some of you I've coached and some of you I haven't, but the ones that are really activated in their spirit to put a message out into the world, like get outside your comfort zone and do your Facebook lives and post your posts, because I promise you, no matter what, there's somebody in the audience that you're reaching that needed to hear what you had to say. And we just got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to get out of all of our who am I and who wants to hear me and all that nonsense. I'm calling you out. I believe that the world is in a very tumultuous space right now. And at the same time, there is more beautiful light warriors waking up, just wanting to serve humanity. And I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out right now to step into it, because the world needs to know that light is still winning, that we are out there and that we have value and that we are here to support and love and uplift each other with whatever it is that you have to offer, whatever it is that's your magic. Trust me, for years I lived believing my kids have all the talent. I don't have a gift, right? And I kept saying that, and thank God for my children, right? Because they're like, Mom, everybody has a gift. And they were right. And so you have a unique gift that is precious to you. Don't underestimate, for God's sakes, don't compare yourself to other people. You never want to be a lousy version of somebody else. God gave you something specific. You were made unapologetically beautiful. You were made with your magic, your essence. You must share it and bring it to the world. Don't be stingy with it, right? Don't keep it all to yourself or into your small arena of people that know you and love you where you can play safe. Bring it out. We need to hear from you. We need to hear from other world changers, other people that want to make a difference in the world. Trust that what you have matters, and that your unique voice will speak to somebody that mine won't. And that's why we need each other. The world is suffering. We need more people to step up, stand up, and start to speak up. And trust that your voice matters. It doesn't matter if yours doesn't reach a certain level of people. It'll reach the people who it's meant to hear it. And we have to remember that. Because that one human being that you might serve, you know what? Their life matters. And what if that was your child? Or what is that was somebody that you loved and cared about, right? It's like when I tell my story, I talk about how when I was at the lowest point in my life, I had to pick up my feet. And one of the first things I did was starting to read. I would never read before. And I was thinking to myself, how grateful I am for those courageous people that stood up and wrote a book. Right? We're like, who am I to write a book? Right? But they wrote a book. And for whatever it's worth, that one book, that very first one I read, which was The Unmistakable Touch of Grace by Cheryl Richardson, it spoke to me in a way that made me have hope, that made me believe there was another way of being that wasn't in the suffering I was in. And it got me to see through a different set of lenses that I didn't know existed. And so in the world right now, there's so much information and so much media. There's no excuse to not reach out and connect with someone that is a little bit down the road that you are, and that they can help pull you through. And then you'll be able to be empowered to help somebody else and pull them through. And that's what this is all about. Ram Dass, we are all just walking each other home. But we can't do it if you're sitting idle behind the scenes and not stepping up and stepping out so we can hear you, so that we can see the value that you're here to bring to the world. For all you coaches, it's time. We need you. Let's build this army of angels right now. If you want more information, hit me up, PM me. I'm committed and excited to build this army. And I've created a platform where we can come together and we can make that happen. And if you're ready, let's do it. If not, cool. But I'm just calling you out, and I want you to step beyond that fear or beyond that edge. Check. Excuse me. Is that an edge that I can come through the other side and meet the challenge? Or is that a fear base that's going to keep me in prison? Or is that something that's going to contract me? Check with yourself, because my hunch is it's going to be something that's just scary. That's all. But trust that in a community of other world changers that are here to affect change, you will be held, you will be seen, and you will be understood, because we've all been there. So I'm calling you out. Come on, let's go play. The world is beautiful. The world is amazing. The world is just something that is awe-inspiring. It is not all of the density that you're being told. That's there. I acknowledge that, but it's also just gorgeous. And there's tons of beautiful experiences that are awaiting your taking. So come with me, join me in stepping up, stepping out, and really showing what you've got to the world, because we need each other. You don't have to go it alone. All right. I love you. Mwah.